I asked this because I had an issue with it, and I'm afraid of it happening again. So the question is, next we get a look at Kaido's drunken dragon Bagua, his happy drunk state. He lands a fierce blow named Lightning Hammered Ragnaroku. Luffy is hurt, but it seems he's not as hurt as much as he should be. Are you starting to get the same vibes of this fight that we had with Luffy versus Katakuri? Meaning, anything devastating and outrageously lethal Kaido lands doesn't have a true negative effect on Luffy. And we'll start with Lawrence.
Well, I will mention, to me, what I saw, I'm not going to say that should have been the attack to send Luffy's, next loss, or the loss that we think, or we want to happen, I should say. I did think that Luffy should have probably been more hurt by it, because he showed that he took, heavy damage, because he started yelling, screaming, groaning in pain, and he mentions, yo, this guy's, he's tough, what the heck? How that attack looked crazy to me.
Crazy,
when he
super crazy.
He flexed and was buffed up. I was like, oh.
And then he cracked Luffy through the skull a little bit. I thought at that moment, I thought he knocked Luffy all the way down through it, and then everyone just saw him just not on the floor laid out. I thought that was about to happen.
Yeah,
So I was and then Luffy's just out. But then shortly after, we see Luffy running towards him. So I thought Luffy should have, I don't know. I expected him to take more damage from it. But I also think it could be adrenaline. Luffy's, hyped up on his own willpower. Because also, too, I don't want to knock Luffy's determination here, right? Because Luffy obviously knows the extent how strong Kaido is. Because Luffy's giving it everything he's got. Even though he's enjoying himself, Luffy is legit giving all he can to try, exerting himself. Like they mentioned earlier, going past human limits, right? Mm-hmm. Luffy's been knocked down and going after Kaido, and he's getting a lot. And it even showed that towards the end of the chapter, when they kind of show his face, after he's the one that landed that kick on Kaido. But you see at Luffy's face, he's the one in more pain and more damage, the one that's getting more tired out. You see the look in Luffy's eye. Those lines in there. Luffy's becoming exhausted, and this is Luffy after he just ate. Mm-hmm. And when when Luffy after he just eats, he's he has so much energy. He's able to go on how strong he is. He usually kind of wins, like Goku after he eats. The energy gets back. But Luffy's already shown that even all that food I just ate, I'm still about to gas out. I'm using all my energy and all the reserves I just had. So, and then that goes to the Kaido strength where it's just Kaido's still I want another drink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, we're pretty much, but, I don't know. With the Luffy thing, I'm, mixed feelings about it. I believe he should have took more damage from the attack because that attack looked absolutely crazy to me. He went to hybrid for him, last minute, and then Haki conquers his attack, and then that devastating blow. I wanted to see Luffy. I'm not going to get knocked out, but because I feel we see Luffy get knocked out from less.
We got something. He used Ragnarok before.
Yeah,
it didn't look as strong.
It didn't look as strong though.
And he double-handed that. It wasn't one. It was two.
So
yeah.
What about you, Seb? What do you think?
So I never got the feeling that Luffy should be knocked out. It was too early in the chapter for that. It did look devastating. So I saw Kaido buff up himself and hit him. It reminded me of Zoro when he used to flex real hard and
there's the gorilla.
Yeah. So, and even Chopper when he does the muscle point joint. Mm-hmm. The attack looked great and it looked crazy, powerful. I will say this: Luffy did notice the attack was coming, and had ample time to protect himself.
That is true.
So, though we do not see it on panel, I assumed he survived it because he blocked with armed Haki, or even conquers Haki. The way that we see later in the chapter with the headbutt, maybe he cladded himself slightly.
That is very true.
And he was able to survive for that. Because to your point, he in base, he shouldn't just be taking that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So but at the same time, it's Luffy's stronger than he was the last time they fought. So attacks like this shouldn't be able to put him out. Mm-hmm. This isn't an ultimate attack from Kaido to my knowledge. It just looked crazy strong. So Luffy has this, I don't want to say renewed will, but he's stronger than he was.
No, yeah, his will got stronger. His will got a boost.
I don't expect him to lose to the same attacks. Even Kaido said, you're not one to take the same attack twice. Even though he took the same attack in this one, kinda. It was a stronger version of it. Mm-hmm. But I think Luffy probably clouded himself slightly, and that's why he was able to take it. Because he got up almost immediately. Like, he went, said it hurt and everything. He was out for a little bit. And then he got up to fight, like he was ready to go again. So I don't know if he took full damage or whatever, but he didn't take the kind of damage that he took the last time he got hit with it, is what I'm saying.
I'm just gonna add to it. No, that's a good point. I didn't think about that because Zoro even mentioned when he was fighting King. He said if he didn't block himself or protect himself with hardening or conquerors or whatever, his haki, he said that probably would have took me out. So you can see that you could survive attacks that could probably, end the fight here by using your haki. So Luffy couldn't, why, like you said, he noticed it. Because we've seen other attacks. I've seen reading the manga when they're fighting, Luffy is noticing attacks. So why wouldn't you brace yourself against this level?
Yeah.
Like Luffy, we've seen Luffy do it before. Like he braced himself. So that's a good way to, because they would at least stop him from losing consciousness. He took a lot of damage, but at least the part where it would shake your brain or whatever to lose conscious, it probably could have stopped it to at least reaching that point.
No,
and I want to say this too, my bad. I know you're about to say, Kaido should have followed up. Honestly, he goes in. I know he's drinking and stuff. He goes into dragon mode. Bro, follow up on that man.
That's stuff I be talking about,
Consecutive attacks. I think you mentioned this before. Kaido's fighting IQ is lower than it should be. Like, if he was at his max proficiency with fighting, he would take everyone out within like that. Because Luffy on the floor holding his head. If he swings on him again with another one, he probably can't block the way I was just talking about. He's not fully aware. So, again, he's drinking. He's having fun with it. But if you want to take people out, take them out.
What are you going to say, Law?
I was going to say, that's the thing where I don't know if it's like not his IQ or he's not like, not realizing, I could follow up, whatever. It's kind of like he sits back, like he's not going all out.
There's no sense of urgency.
Yes.
He doesn't feel the need to follow up.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't
no
matter.
real threat to him.
I'm going to win. Yeah.
Tap.
He's like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to win. So I don't need to follow up.
That's what I'm thinking.
But if he's fighting like a Shanks or something, he's probably following up.
Yeah.
If he can land it. Hopefully.
For me, it's one of those moments where I say to myself, don't think it's plot. Like, don't think it's plot, yo, because you're immediately thinking plot. Don't think it's plot. And it's hard for me because I really think the worst fight in all of One Piece has to be Luffy versus Katakuri.
You're crazy.
It's not because of what happened. It was super entertaining. The emotions were there. It was nice. There's just... Luffy only landed like 4 hits. Realistically, he landed like 4 to 5 hits on Katakuri in total. Yeah,
He
bro.
landed more than that. He landed like 4 in Bound Man alone.
No, because I remember me and Sebastian. I'm sorry, Larry. But me and Sebastian got to like a great. I'm gonna say great. A heated discussion. A great debate discussion about this. So we actually compared Luffy's 2 fights. After we compared his fight with Doflamingo and his fight with Katakuri, and we counted the blows that Luffy landed against both.
I don't know what the number was.
Yeah, I don't remember the number, but Luffy landed more on panel more on Katakuri than he did on Doflamingo. And I was like, in your face, Sebastian, because Sebastian tried to.
Oh, so you counted them?
Yeah, we counted them. I don't remember the exact number,
because we had the fight play by play. We counted each one. So yeah.
All right, so I'm probably wrong in that aspect, but it was so significantly lower than what Katakuri was doing, even though Katakuri was stronger than Luffy in every aspect. You know what I'm saying? He landed way more devastating blows than Luffy had done. And that's my biggest problem with that fight, is that there's not an equal amount of blows. It's really like, yo, Luffy can't keep up. He's trying to keep up. And he lands when he lands, and it affects Katakuri so negatively. Meanwhile, Katakuri lands, and he's stronger, and he's not trying to catch up. And Luffy doesn't seem to take any negative effect from them. It's just the story demands he overcomes Katakuri to an extent, and we have to watch him progress. Meanwhile, we have to watch Katakuri digress into being, lesser than Luffy. And it's hard for me to accept that fight. It's hard for me to say that's one of Luffy's greatest fights. And for me, I don't want Kaido to become the next Katakuri. I hate that. Because if he's landing blows like we just seen, and Kaido did take it seriously, and he demolished Luffy, and he hasn't been taking anything seriously. He's been matching their levels.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Like, Luffy has to take even if he reacted late, he wasn't forcing himself against Kaido like he's always been doing with Conqueror's Haki. He took that to the face. And Kaido, wound up to hit him. And he was, hard. Like, it was a hard, lethal hit. Mm-hmm. I don't want it to become where, like, Luffy's taking too many of these hits and now he's not landing too many. Or it's not hurting Kaido at this point, and he's still, like, able to get up. Like, he's still in base form, like Sebastian said. Like, if he's taking it in G4, I'll accept that. I can accept that. But if he's taking it in base form and he's not hitting back or throwing force back, then that becomes hard for me to accept. And, Kaido does need to double tap on people, man.
You get it.
He needs to double tap. And, this seems to be in the Zoan category where, we seen Queen do it with Sanji.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hit Sanji with every Germa move and then was like, let me go to this chick. Meanwhile, this dude just disappeared and I couldn't find him. And, King kind of does the same thing too. It's like these Zoans happen to do that. They're very susceptible to getting hit and they don't mind getting hit, but they also don't hit back. Mm-hmm. And that bothers me. So, yeah. All right. So let's go to question number 4. Do you want to say something?
Couple things. I put up another poll in the chat, strongest Yonko, and I put Kaido, Shanks, Big Mom, and Blackbeard. The poll is still up. Right now, Kaido's in the lead at 43%, Shanks second at 38%, Blackbeard third at 14%, and Big Mom fifth with 5%. Super Gamer Guy is in the chat on a Mihawk tirade, which is hilarious.
Listen, Marv, can you just close the live chat? Kick everybody out.